In this video, I'll be going over the background Mawla from Vampire the Masquerade 5th edition. Mawla. This trait represents one or a group of kindred who looks out for you, offering guidance, information, or aid once in a while. The word comes from the medieval Arabic, meaning different things from a trusted one, to uncle, to source of neighborly protection, to non-Muslim, whose oath still binds them. Western vampires brought the term back from the Crusades, and as the Ashira and Camarilla find themselves increasingly allied in the Gehenna War, the word enjoys a resurgence in vampiric society. A Mawla may act as your mentor. Such a role commonly falls to your sire if they don't treat you as property or ignore you. Your Mawla might trade information to mutual benefit, or even come to your aid if you have respected the relationship. A Mawla may be powerful, but the power need not be direct. Depending on the number of dots in this background, your Mawla might be nothing more than an ancilla with a remarkable information network, or they might be centuries-old creature with tremendous influence and supernatural power. They may offer advice, speak to the prince or baron on your behalf, steer other elders clear of you, or give warning when you're walking into situations you don't understand. Your Mawla, of course, expects reciprocity. A Mawla rating could even represent a group of like-minded vampires, such as elders of the city's Tremere Chantry, or the Troskinite clique amongst the anarchs in town. The plural of Mawla is Mawlai. As a general rule, the Mawla group consists of one dot more than a kindred of that level. A coven of elder Mawlai may be a 4-dot Mawla group. For example, whoever they are, write them on your relationship map when you buy them. As a general rule, Mawlai provide helpful word and occasional political pushes or cover, but they don't fight your battles or call in valuable favors. If they must do so for their own sake to aid you, you probably lose a dot or more of this background after arousing their ire. Characters can also acquire one-off minor boons on page 315 from other kindred, only during character creation, of course. These boons cost half the points rounded up of the equivalent Mawla. Each dot represents the power of the kindred that mentors you. I really prefer mentor to Mawla as an older storyteller of the system. Mentor makes it easy to understand what this kindred is to the character. Groups of kindred cost one more than the listed cost. At a cost of half the price, the player can purchase one-off boons of the equivalent Mawla. These are small boons that once asked to be repaid are gone. Creating a Mawla. The first step in creating a Mawla is asking the player some questions. Who is the Mawla? Is it your sire? Is another kindred in the city? Is a cult of kindred taking the character under the wing? Is it a group of kindred that despises your sire? If you choose a minor boon, then all you have to do is put how you managed to gain that minor boon from the kindred, and the storyteller will take it from there. Why is this Mawla helping you? Are you your sire's favored child? Do you look like another kindred's child that has met the final death? Is the cult trying to recruit you? Or are you the last hope of the group of kindred that redeem your sire's past actions? Finally, you want to stat up the Mawla. You can do this in a number of ways. First, you can use quick generic stats from the books, or copy from another same power level character from a book such as Chicago by Night. What I prefer to do is just jot down notes of specialties, like what their strongest points are, what their weak points are, and during gameplay I can flesh out more of the information as we go. A Mawla is not going into battle for the character, so I do not need to do all the stats for the Mawla. I follow the rules exactly for Mawla except for this one thing. If a character has their sire as a Mawla, and they are an elder, the player would need 3 points spent in Mawla to have their sire as a Mawla. If they want to only spend 1 point, I allow it with the following rules. Being 3 points off, whenever the character calls upon the Mawla, they would give them information but expect something in return for it. 3 dots off, so 3 minor favors in exchange for the information, or whatever is needed. When the third dot is purchased, it is an even 1-for-1 exchange. If the player purchases a 4th dot to the 3rd dot Mawla, then the Mawla only asks for something in return every other time. If the player purchases a 5th dot, every 3rd time the Mawla is asked something from them, they will ask something in return. What does a Mawla want in return? A Mawla is there to help you, but help is never free. Unlike allies or contacts, a Mawla probably isn't going to ask anything detrimental from your character unless you've gone out on a limb for them. Most of the time, they ask for favors like, take this message to such and such for me, or they could save up some and ask the character to take the debt of a minor boon for them. For storytellers, you can use these opportunities to get players introduced to other kindred in the city, or to start story hooks. A Mawla that is indebted by a coterie can ask for them to take care of some light work that they feel is beneath them but still needs to be done. I hope that you enjoyed this video and learned something new, or at least something that you can use in your own games.